You know, Western States is an iconic race, not just the trail itself, but just the footsteps that have covered that trail, full of legends that, you know, it's hard not to think about those while you're running through different sections, especially if you've watched any films or read any books about people doing Western States 100. You hit certain sections of the race and a thought pops into your head of, oh, this is when, you know, so-and-so, you know, crawled across the road, or like, you know, something iconic, something legendary that has happened during the race. And so you think about those things, and that gives you that motivation. So just trying to soak those things in a little bit more this time, enjoy it, have more fun, enjoy the camaraderie of the race, and just, yeah, have a good day.
Made it to Rocky Chucky, and we had to take that little bus ride up.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's hard to think about talking about strategy for Western States. You think strategy is mostly for the lead pack, those that are obviously contending for that top 10 or anything like that. But strategy still is really important, even for a middle pack or a back of pack runner. And at Western States, as I kind of heard some of the elite runners talking about over the last few weeks or so, Western States really is about playing the long game. It's a race of attrition. You have to stay within yourself that first 30 or 45 miles. And so my mindset is really taking a conservative approach, running within myself, running even slower than what myself thinks I should run, really just dialing back all the way up to Devil's Thumb. Devil's Thumb is kind of that spot where I know if I can get up that climb at Devil's Thumb, and when I reach that Devil's Thumb aid station, if I can feel good.
Making my way down from Last Chance to the Swinging Bridge. So far the day hasn't gone exactly the way I wanted to go, but obviously usually never does in the 100 miler. Just hasn't been really generate a lot of effort, consistent effort, quick pace, but recognize that and just making sure I give myself plenty of breaks, moving breaks, not sitting breaks, and just continually obviously working on keeping myself cool.
Got a pacer picking me up at Forest Hill, so that'll be great motivation lift. He's a good runner out of Oregon. He's a good motivator. He's energetic, and he's got a lot of experience that I know will be very helpful that last 38 miles, push him into the track in Auburn.
So there's been a change of plans. Looks like I'm going to be potentially picking up Andrew at Michigan Bluff now instead of Forest Hill. So don't know what his status is, but we're going to find out here in a little bit.
Just got to get up to Devil's Thumb and then up to Michigan Bluff, and then things get a lot easier. And at that point in time, the sun started going down as well. Temperatures start to drop, and that will really help. So hoping it made me pick it up later tonight, but you know, it is what it is.
Still here at Michigan Bluff. I'm starting to get a little worried. It's 8:20 and Andrew hasn't came in yet. He's been quite some time covering just 3 miles. And we're hoping that he's feeling good, but I guess we'll see in a minute. Well, I just got news that Andrew's thinking about dropping here at Michigan Bluff. He still hasn't arrived yet, and it's already 9 o'clock. Cutoff's not till 9:54, 9:55, so I'm going to recommend that he sits for 30 minutes or something and then see how he feels before he calls it quits. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. Dang it, I hate this for him. I hate this for him. Hey. Sorry. Oh, okay. Huh? Just found out he's in medical.
We got runner 340.
So, I mean, she went that way.
Treatment for this kind of vertigo.
Keep them entertained.
So
Sing a song
try it.
until they tell you to shut up.
Just there, right at something. Yep, yeah, just like right here, and then just back and forth, up and down.
When I seen Andrew laying on the cot in medical, the first thing that went through my mind was, you know, is this something serious? Is it something that we can push through? You know, maybe he can just walk this off. They thought he had vertigo, and he was complaining of being dizzy. And I kind of come to the conclusion it was that he hadn't been getting enough carbs. But after we talked to him for a little bit, we finally got him up and got him headed over to the crew station, and there we was able to convince him to continue on instead of dropping there at Michigan Bluff. And we made our way towards Forest Hill. The heck is that? Huh? A deer? I hope.
Good job.
Yeah. Yes.
Get up.
So 2016 was a bit of a chaotic year leading up to it. Training was sporadic. It was good, but it was sporadic. And then obviously the stresses of having so many life changes all at once really, I think, played into just kind of having an unfolding during the race and not really the time or the experience that I had hoped for. I still had a lot of fun, still learned a lot, but it just was not what I had hoped it would be. And so this go around obviously has been a lot more calm, a lot less stressful training. There haven't been as many things obviously going on in life to kind of alter my mindset, my motivations, and things like that. So I'm really hoping that plays into success on Saturday. Just a good relaxation throughout the race, a good conservative approach, and also just having more fun out on the trail.
You know, they say that things are good until they're not, and that definitely is true in a 100-miler. We were approaching Forest Hill, and things went pretty south for Andrew. He started puking, and that's when I thought that things were not going to go too good, and the finish line was quickly fading away. But you know, I got to give it to Andrew. He was amazing. He would puke, and then he would just take off power hiking, and he puked again and power hike again. He wasn't going to let that stop him. No way I could have done it. I'd puke and I'd have been in a little ball on the trail. But we finally made it to Forest Hill.
Nothing? Go. All right, man, you got this.
Got it. Thank you all. Andrew made the cutoff to Forest Hill.
You got it, you got it.
Come on. Come on. Dang it.
Get through there. Get through there. Yes.
Holy shit, what to talk about.
That was close, wasn't it?
Alright.
Should we go for a? You're on the right side of the horse.
Great job, runner.
4 seconds to spare. Can
Yeah.
you beat that one today?
Great job, guys. We can do that.
Go
How many miles till we see you all again?
Go down in history.
again?
How many miles till we see you all again? Is that
17.
17 miles?
Yeah, Green Gate.
Okay, Green Gate. I'll make sure I'll take it. Andrew's feeling a little bit better, and we just left Forest Hill. We're going to try to make it to Rucky Chucky. Things are close, but I think he's going to do it.
About 15 minutes, now one.
Seems a little left.
Oh, that's neat. Welcome to Cal 1, huh?
Nice work, nice work. Number 337.
We arrived at Cal 1, and Andrew sat down and started talking to the aid station volunteers about dropping there and how long he would have to wait before he could get out of there. When I heard him start talking like that, I was just like, you know, you can't, we're not going to do this. That was just my opinion. We're not doing that. And in my mind, it was better for him to continue to go, even if he has to walk, and let the clock, run out, and he doesn't make the cutoff, versus just quitting. So, lo and behold, he got up, and we made our way down the trail to Cal 2.
Been going for 15 miles or something like that.
Yeah. I'm 13 right now. Cal 2 welcomes you. Party lights here.
Welcome to Peachtown. 337.
So we made it to Cal 2, and I don't think Cal 2 had a cutoff, but we barely made the cutoff at Forest Hill, barely made the cutoff at Cal 1, and by the time we got to Cal 2, Andrew was pretty rough. He just didn't want to go anymore, but I wasn't having it. I was going to force him if I had to drag him. Well, that's illegal, but at least in Western states it is. I was going to do everything I could to keep him moving until the clock ran out, or until he didn't make a cutoff somewhere. And by this time, we both knew that making the cutoff at Rucky Chucky was impossible. I mean, even if we were to run 8-minute pace all the way there, we wasn't going to make it. But to me, it was, like I said before, it was better for the clock to run out on him versus him quit. And that's what we did. We made our way to Rucky Chucky, and we were greeted with a bus ride to the top of the hill.
Oh, I'm great. How are you?
Doing okay myself.
Did I sound
I don't see any crew.
Disappointed for sure in not finishing. I'm really happy my crew and my pacers kept me out there until I timed out instead of me just laying down and quitting. It's definitely a better way, I think, to go out. It's a little bit more fitting, a little less disappointing to time out, but still doesn't change the fact that I didn't get my job done, which was to bring home another buckle from Western States.
I don't know that I would have done anything different being a pacer. Probably at Michigan Bluff, I probably could have spoke up and kind of been a little bit of a bully in a way. But, you know, I didn't know Andrew very well, and I didn't know exactly what was wrong with him. But if I could change anything, it would have definitely been my attitude at Michigan Bluff. I wouldn't have been playing bystander. I would have stepped up and kind of taken a little more control of the situation.
Had a great time though. I mean, honestly, like through all the crap that I had to put my body through, which is normal for a 100-miler. But so I had really had a fun time out on the trails, despite everything. A good time with my crew. My crew had a good time. My crew had a blast. My pacer had a blast. And so, you know, that's what matters. Good time with my family as well. That's what matters the most. You know, you can fail, but if you enjoy the failure, you know, then that makes it easier for sure. So that's where it's at.